everyone, welcome back to another video with me, Kieran, and we're doing one that gets requested every year. It's one of my favourite ones to do. It's going to be quite a long one, quite an in-depth one, so I'm not going to waste any time. I'm going to tell you about the best 50k team for you to use in Rivals and Champs. I said we're not wasting any time with this one. We're getting straight into it with the goalkeeper, Ramsdale. And while these players are going in, I'm going to talk about them. I'm going to go in depth. So it doesn't matter that the intro was really short. You're going to hear everything that you need to hear, okay? So we are starting off with Ramsdale. We're starting off with him at 4k. I'm going to tell you about the chemistry styles and best stuff to put on these players as well, and tactics. With the goalies, you don't really need a chem style. The only goalie I've used that was actually like insanely good, well, good enough even, was Alisson. But he's okay, Ramsdale. He's pretty solid. I do like him. I do like using him. He gets a few good saves in every now and again. Doesn't make too many terrible errors, which for a goalie that's not worth 25, 30k is probably the best you can do. I mean, you can see here, saves that he makes are pretty solid. He's okay with his feet as well. You see him just driving forward there, playing a few balls forward. I do trust him to use his feet, which is good. And you can see there, he doesn't get beaten by the stupid near post shots too often, which is really, really good, because too many goalies, especially, it seems to be with Dembele and a few other players, they just let everything in. You see rushes out pretty quickly there as well, which is very, very useful in this game because people don't expect it, and just makes a few good saves there. He doesn't do the stupid animation where they dive backwards from corners as well, that a lot of goalies do, like Nick Pope, Jordan Pickford and a few others do, so that's pretty good. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with him. So moving on from him to the right back. This isn't the formation they play in game, by the way, guys. As I said, I'll go into that later. We're going to be having Manuel Lazzari right here. Italian, obviously plays for Lazio. Used to be a winger, but now playing as a right back. A few people seem to be doing that in that league. We'll start off with his play style. So he's got quick step, which is one of the most broken ones. Really good for beating players. And he has rapid as well, which just makes him even faster. I mean, he's got 92 pace and stupidly good agility as well for 900 coin. You can see he's played 45 matches and he got a few assists in there as well. 89 agility, 89 balance, and his strength is a lie. He does not have 56 strength. He's a lot stronger than that. His jumping's okay as well, and his stamina is good, which on these cheap cards is one of the most important stats to look for. We can see using him here against St. Maximin, who's obviously got that trickster plus and a lot of pacey play styles. Just manages to push him off the ball. I do recommend using the new defending, by the way, guys. The advanced defending with a lot of these players, it works quite well. But Lazzari's always in position. He's really useful, and he drives forward pretty well. Just gets the ball out of the defence without too much trouble. You can see there, quick touches of the ball. This is normal left stick dribbling. I don't really use R1 or L1 dribbling. I don't like L1 dribbling because it's not realistic. It's a bit stupid. Like, you can't use the full team to move the ball. But R1 as well. I'm not a massive fan. I haven't really got a hang off there. But you can see just covering for Bremer there, doing really, really well. We'll get on to Bremer in a minute. Gets Mane again here. Easy tackle. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's just a very, very useful player. Useful in a lot of scenarios, attacking and defensive. And I've got some tactics if you want to be a bit more defensive or a bit more attacking. And speaking of Bremer, we are going to move on to him now. He is one of the best players. He's stayed in my team. Even when I've got more coins, I've kept Bremer in my team. 6.5k. I've got an anchor on him here. Shadow obviously works pretty well as well. You could put past him on if you really want to. You don't have to. You can see he's played 73 games for me. Got 6 goals. Not too many, but that's because he doesn't stand as the main person from corners. But you can see here, he's got 80 pace, which is pretty solid. But the strength at 85, all the defending stats are all pretty good. His agility and balance obviously aren't brilliant, but he's a defender. And 92 jumping as base with 4 really useful play styles. So the power header along with block and bruiser are both really good. Bruiser is brilliant from the new advanced defending, doing the shutouts, and the aerial as well. But you can see here using that shutout, which is where you press X with the new controls, is really, really useful. Stopping Griezmann in his tracks there. And luckily with him, the ball doesn't bounce off his opponent's shins and go back too much. He manages to close that out, because that's one of the main problems on this game, something he's stopping. You can see there with Lukaku, a lot of the time that would bounce back to the player, but it doesn't do it there. And when he is in the right position for the header, he does quite often score, obviously with the power header trait. But he doesn't get too many corner goals just because it puts other players in the main spots for heading it in. You can see even blocking it there. I love his slide tackles. I don't think he has a slide tackle playstyle, but he's just really good with slide tackles. But you can see here over and over again, just doesn't lose the ball. And he can even carry it forward. If you're someone who likes playing a back 5, or a back 3 even, he can be the one that carries the ball forward. You can see against Martinelli here, who is stupidly broken on this game. Just eases him off it there really easily. And he's going to be partnered by another rapid Brazilian defender, and that is going to be Ibanez, who is really, really good for the chemistry in this team. He has slightly different play styles, which is quite good. Slightly cheaper at 5.5k. Another tall man at 6'1". 31 games he's played for me. He's actually never scored because he doesn't get put in the right position for corners, but stamina is good again. He's not as strong, but he's still just as good. He's still just as good. His slide tackles are absolutely insane. But you can see stand tackle at 86 is pretty mental. As I said, slightly different play styles. He's got the intercept and the block one, so they complement each other quite well at the back. You can see there another successful shutout there. They're both really good at that. And they're both decent ball playing players. You can see here, again, shutting out Griezmann. It's just too easy for them a lot of the time. And these are the players that cause everyone problems. They anticipate so well, this back two is really good, especially stopping those cutbacks, which you've seen a bit already. Everyone is playing cutbacks. It's the most meta thing to do. They stop it quite well. You can see they're really good at playing the ball off people, getting it back where he doesn't really deserve it and driving forward. You can see trying to play Immobile in there. And again, just stops it so easily. And then my midfielders, who we're going to get onto in a second, can mop it up. He's really good at that. That guy was trying to kick off glitch me. A few people have tried that. Ibanez doesn't let that happen to you. So a really good player overall and pretty good in the air if you need him to be as well. But so yeah, very happy with Ibanez. And we're going to complete our back four now, which does actually play our back four with someone who really surprised me, and that's Destiny Udogie. I can't believe he's as cheap as he is, because he's really good. This guy's rapid, right? 88 pace. He's 6'1", which I didn't realise, which is just insane. He's literally minimum price. His stamina never is a problem, even though it's only 79. His strength, again, is never a problem. I do recommend Anchor for him. He's got that whipped pass if you need to put some crosses in, and he's got quick step as well. But he's just so good. He's played everywhere for me. I've even played him at centre-back at times when I've been messing about with formations, and he's done a good job. But you can see here, really good at tracking the players. With Cascarino there, someone who always causes problems, just managing to get him off the ball. But then he carries it forward really well. What I really found surprises about him, and you're going to see it in a sec, is his dribbling. Really good anticipation with that one, but his dribbling's mad. You can just do normal left stick dribbling and it works really well with him. You don't need to press L1 or R1 or anything. You'll see it here. He runs in a straight line a lot of the time, but if you play against players that are a bit better, he can do some really nice close dribbling. You can see there, sent the player the wrong way, sends it across, and we do actually get a goal out of that one as well. So he can get assists from that. Obviously it depends if you're playing more attacking or if you just want him to be defensive, but either way he's a really good player. You can see here, guys, I didn't even do a skill move there. That's normal left stick dribbling, and he's run through. Unfortunately, we didn't get an assist with that one, but it is pretty solid. But we're going to move on to those players in front of them, the ones that do the mopping up, and we're starting off with Seko Fofana, who has just lost all of his price because he's left the French league and gone to Saudi. But that's pretty helpful for our chemistry, so I'm not going to complain. See here, a lot of player styles on him. We'll get to that in a second. Another player who's really cheap, 700 coins. He's 4-star, which a lot of people don't realise. Some good height on him as well. And you can see here, good all-round stats. Very strong, very good stamina. And yeah, he's just all-round quite good. I actually have him as a more sitting midfielder, which I wasn't going to do as my original plan at the start, but messing about with the team a bit, it seems to be the thing that works best for me. And you can see he's got a lot of random play styles. I don't know why he's got power shot, but he's got some passing ones, press proven, and relentless, which is insane for midfielders. You'll get to extra time in a game of champs and he'll still have 90-something fitness, which is just mental. But he's a bit of a destroyer for me. He does get forward a little bit, but he mainly just keeps the play ticking over, gets in the way. He can play a nice little ball there, as you can see. We get a nice goal out of that one, but mainly his job is just being the destroyer in this team, getting across, cutting stuff out, which he does really well. And then he does have the passing to distribute as well, which a lot of players don't on this game. So I'm really happy with Fofana as well. He has quite a small job in the team, but a very important one. He goes a bit unnoticed, but he's good. And Kessie, who was going to be my sitting midfielder, actually goes slightly in front of him when we play. Again, you're going to see the tactics, but I let him attack a bit more. He's got power shot and relentless as well, which is just the most helpful thing ever. As I said, they don't lose stamina, and when you're playing against other teams that are maybe around the same price, this is really going to make a difference. 55 games for me, just 1,400 coins. He would even have played more games if I wasn't trying to do evolution challenges, but you can see probably better than Fofana. 87 strength and 93 stamina. I've got a basic on him, but you can either put some more defensive stuff on him to really make him a proper anchor man, or you can maybe go for something that's got like passing and shooting and make him a proper full box-to-box midfielder. But I don't even think he needs that. You can see he's pretty decent with the shots, gets a few assists every now and again. He's just all over the place. He literally does everything. He can take pretty good penalties as well. He won't be the penalty taker in this team, but he's got a good finish on him, and he was just really surprising with his attacking output. I know he's a really good defender, but like Fofana, I just thought he'd be ticking stuff over. But attacking, he does quite a bit more than that, but he can get in there and block as well and help out the defence or mop up when they need it. You can see taking a penalty there. I was drawing a game in injury time, gets me the win. And look at this, he's in the box, touch finish that you kind of see from a striker. Mad, but I don't know how he does it, but he does. Next is a candidate for my favourite player in the team. This guy is the silkiest winger I have ever used. and that's not an exaggeration. Silkiest winger, any FIFA, love him. His stats are just mental, and that is Michael. You can see his full name there, 1.1k. Big Michael, as I call him. He's only got 3-star weak foot, but he's got the 4-star skills. He's played 75 games, he's got 49 goals and 28 assists. His main thing isn't even scoring the goals or assisting the goals. His main thing is just driving that ball forward. So you can play on the left or the right here, so you can adapt him. 94 pace with 92 agility and 95 balance. It's insane. And his finishing, I've got a dead eye on him, but even before that, you don't even really notice his poor finishing unless he takes something first time. If you dribble with him and then shoot, he has a finesse shot playstyle, which you're going to see in a second. So he'll quite often score as long as you take the finesse shots. Just first time with him isn't brilliant. The rest of the time, he can still be lethal. And he has Trickster, and I love using skill moves. So Trickster, Quick Step, Flair and Technical all together is absolutely insane combination. I just love this card. I can only say so much about him, but he's carried me in so many games where I need a goal. He just gets a goal out of nothing. It's just mad. Especially if you like using a skill, you're going to love him. He's really good with the feints. Just doing a step over gets you past people so often. You don't even need to do proper good skill moves. But as I said, as long as you finesse shot, his finishing is not a problem at all. It's actually quite lethal, which is pretty mad. And a 3-star weak foot even isn't really an issue. You can see here, he just drives so well. He gets past people so easily. You can see the change in pace that he does. It just sends defenders. And he's probably my favourite card in the team. You can use him to carry the ball forward as well. Just pressing that right stick in will let you do those trickster moves. You don't even need to learn the skill moves, which is really, really helpful. But it's just so fun to just send people. I just love doing it. See here, wins quite a few penalties as well. He's just so good. And the highlights reel for him doesn't need to be this long, but I want to do him justice because his stats aren't the best out of everyone in the team. But he scores special goals. And if you want to embarrass your friends, this is your man. But you can see here again, he's really, really unpredictable to try and tackle. Like, he's just so quick how he carries the ball. It's just mental. And one of my other favourite players in the team, I love the two wingers. It's another trickster. It's actually an England legend, and that is Chloe Kelly. Of course, scored the winning goal in the Euros final. She's got a playstyle plus on her, which makes her absolutely insane. She's got a lot of playstyles, but a playstyle plus whipped pass. And you know how good that whipped pass is. 4-star, 4-star. 5'6", so not too short in relation to the rest of the women's players. Over a goal involvement in the game as well. 48 goals, 45 assists in 74. And she's under 5k as well, which is mental. 88 pace, but then good agility, really, really good passing, solid stamina, and good shooting. And she also has quite a good defensive output, which you're going to see in a bit. 6 playstyles. It feels like all the women on this game have a lot of playstyles, a lot more than the men's players do, but I'm not complaining about it, you know. So, dead ball, she's got, I don't know why, she doesn't take free kicks for her club or her country. She's got whip pass plus, which is insane, and then trickster as well with the quick step just makes her a really good winger, like Michael, who's really, really hard to beat. She takes the set pieces in this team, and you're going to see now they're just mental. They go in quite flat with lots of pace in them. They're really, really hard to defend. But she's not just a set piece merchant. She's got a really good finish on her, which is just surprising to me. I have put a dead eye on her, but as with Michael, I did try them out just with their normal stats as basics. You can see the balls she puts into the box are just mad. But that defensive output, as I was talking about earlier as well, is there. But these crosses, you can see them here. Those are different goals. That's not the same one as earlier. These are all different goals. They're just mad. You can see the Bremer one there. Keeper has no chance. And if you need a goal and you're struggling to get a goal, just try and get a corner. Try and get a corner and she's got a good chance of putting it in the box and you getting a goal. Even if it's not from the first one, a lot of the time it'll come back out to her. She'll get another chance. Wins a few penalties as well. But yeah, as I said, if nothing's working for you, get those crosses in with Chloe Kelly and she'll get you a goal. She'll set someone up for an easy finish. But, I mean, what else can I say about it? You can see a few more tackles there. Really, really good card. And she kind of changes the way you play. She gives you a different option if it's not working for you. But moving on to the best player in the world. It's Sadio Mane. That was quite poor from me. Let me know what you think of the Scouse accent in the comments. But he's got flair and rapid. I think he should have some more playstyles. He's 4-star, 4-star. Only 10.5k. Another one, 27 goals, 13 assists. That's 40 goal involvements in 34 matches. What a man. And these players have played in Champs, guys, as well. And Champs is very, very difficult this year. But his overall stats, Mane, only 5'9", but that's not really a problem because I play him either on the wing or as a cam, as you're going to see later. And he's got really, really good cam stats, like 88 balance and 87 agility. All of his dribbling stats all the way down are just mental. And his finishing is still clinical as ever. I mean, I've put a hawk on him. He doesn't even really need it. You can see here, he can do all kinds of finishes. He's really good at shooting across the goalkeeper. That's his main one. With high power. I don't even do a power shot with him. But he's really good at just finding the right angle and putting it in. Even if you're not a particularly good finisher yourself, Mane will do it for you. Volleys as well, in off the post. He's so good, as I said, at just finding those corners from all angles. That's the thing with him. He doesn't need it to be an easy angle, and he can just sort you out. You see, pretty good with his dribbling as well. I don't tend to dribble with him too much just because I've got the tricksters in my team, but he's hard to get the ball off. And again, difficult angle, just couldn't finish it there, but he's pretty good. Pounces there as well, difficult angle. That's kind of the theme with him. Wherever it is, shoot with him, you got a good chance of it going in. And a lot of people will let you shoot as well, because they don't think he's going to score from that angle. They'll let you shoot, but he puts a few good balls in. I did score from that one. That was more luck than judgment, but same as before, you need a bit of luck sometimes in this game, don't you? So we're going to finish off this team with someone who you've actually probably seen already. He likes a cross from Chloe Kelly, he does, but he doesn't only score from them. He's only got one play style, which is crime. It's Duro Immobile. His stats are gone on this one because I had to finish the Kudus SBC and he did an 85, so I chucked him in it. But I've got him back now. He's just mental. He was at a goal a game, if not above it. 85 pace, 87 shooting. Just look at those shooting stats. 91 finishing, 90 attacking position, really high shot power as well, great volleys. It's just a shame that he only has power shots. I think he deserves better than that. But he's clinical. Absolutely clinical, as you're going to see here, and really agile as well. He turns so quickly, it's such a danger. Gets away from his man in the box really well, as you can see there, without me even controlling him. This one is a different one, and it's literally gone in at the same place, which is just ridiculous. But his link up with Chloe Kelly is just something else. But that's not all he's about, as I say. Just pounces, scores. He's not maybe as good on the angles as Mane, but if you get him in the right position, he will score. Doesn't even have the Trivela stat, but his Trivelas are pretty good. But you can see he just makes the space for himself, which is so helpful when you're struggling to get a goal. He always finds the space without you having to really do anything. Press is quite high as well. You can see here, this is a difficult angle. Great agility, smacks it into the corner. Such a good player to have. And of course, if you want to use this team, guys, you are going to need some custom tactics. So there's quite a few different ways this one can play. You can play in a 4-4-2. That's not my main thing to do with it. I've got a few different tactics I'd use, and I think that you should maybe try out as well and see what works best for you. But this is my balanced one on the 4-4-2. So you've just got Immobile getting in behind, aggressive interceptions, and you could see in a few of the clips how that worked. Chloe Kelly stays wide. I've got both of the wingers on getting to box and cross, because obviously with those whip crosses from Chloe Kelly, even if they overshoot, Michael picks them up a lot of the time and can dribble in from the other side. Fofana stays back. Again, get into the box just in case he gets forward. Got these two covering the centre, and Kessie's on balance because he seems to be a bit better attacking. Then we've just got the fullbacks to stay back. But then we've got a 4-2-3-1, which is slightly different. There's a few different ways you can play this formation as well. You can see it's a little bit further up the pitch, but you can maybe move that back if you wish. Michael's playing Cam at the moment just because there's a bit more flair in there, but if it's not working, just swap him and Mane and they can play differently. He's really, really good. Really a lot of options with this team. Fofana and Kessie can swap if you want them to. Mane and Michael can swap if you want them to. Mane can even go up front. Immobile can play Cam. That can work for some people as well. There's a lot of moving around you can do if things aren't working without even making a sub, which is just really helpful. But you can see on your screen here, again, Kessie's a bit more getting forward. This one's just a little bit more solid than the 4-4-2 for me. It leaves less gaps. It's basically everyone playing the same positions apart from Mane, but it just works better for me. And then my favourite one is the 4-3-2-1. So Immobile stays central, Mane stays central, Immobile and getting behind, they both stay forward. And this defends without even changing your style from attacking to defensive as a 4-4-2. Chloe Kelly gets back to the right mid, Michael will go out to left mid, and these two will be in the middle. So again, Fofana sits, Michael can be creative in the middle if you're on the break, and if you haven't had the ball for a long period of time, he'll be out on the left anyway for running down that wing. And then Udogie and Lazaro can get forward in this formation as well, which is what I really like. This one as well, you can mess about with the width and depth a lot more. I'd say probably go low depth because your players, you have it a lot in this game, they just go and stand on the halfway line for no reason. But yeah, fast build up, forward runs is really important with this, making those forward runs, getting into the right area for the crosses, the headers, whatever. But if you've got any questions about this team, obviously let me know. I don't even need to say it. Make sure Chloe Kelly is taking your free kicks and your set pieces. She's just insane. But yeah, let me know what players you've used, that you like. Obviously, throughout the year, some of these will get evolutions as well. A lot of them probably won't be for a while, but I expect you'll maybe be able to do one that uses like Lazaro or Udogie soon, if it's one that is more about strength than pace. So just let me know what you think about that, who you'd maybe like to evolve in this team. Who you'd have as a sub as well is obviously very, very important. I just chuck in random SBC players. I've done all players that have pace. That's basically all you need to do. So yeah, I think that's about it, guys. Thank you very, very much for watching this one. I've tried to get it through I've tried to get through it all quite quickly, so I'll apologise if the pacing's a bit fast, but just go back, watch it again, as I said, ask any questions if you need to. So that's going to be all from me for this one. Let me know how this team does if you use it. Best of luck in those Rivals and Champs games, and goodbye.